I'll never forget standing in that dim hospital doorway, the rhythmic beep of her monitor blending with the soft, breathless laugh she let out, the same laugh she used to save for me on lazy Sunday mornings. 3 days, 3 goddamn days since they pulled her out of the medically induced coma, and there she was, Emily, my wife of 14 years, propped up slightly on pillows, tubes still taped to her thin arms, whispering to another man like I'd already been erased. "You have no idea how alive I feel right now," she said, voice raspy but warm. "Your hands, God, I've missed feeling them." His reply came low, familiar, the same voice I'd heard leaving voicemails on her phone while she was unconscious. "Soon, Em, when you're stronger, we'll make up for every lost second." I watched her fingertips slide along his wrist in that intimate, absent way she used to do with me when we were first dating. She never looked toward the door. She assumed the man who'd sold his life piece by piece to keep her breathing was still downstairs in the cafeteria, nursing lukewarm coffee and pretending everything was salvageable. My name is Ryan. I've spent most of my adult life being the guy people glance past, the reliable one, the quiet paycheck, the husband her family politely tolerated but never really accepted. Emily was the spark. I was the one who made sure the lights stayed on. We met back when I worked third shift at the steel plant, and she was hustling freelance graphic design gigs that rarely paid on time. I fell for her energy, the way she talked about big ideas like they were already real. She liked that I never made her feel small when the rent was late, or when she'd impulse buy concert tickets we couldn't afford. Her parents never hid their disappointment. At our small backyard wedding, her dad pulled me aside and said, half joking, "You're a good sport, kid. Most guys would have run when they saw the credit card debt." Her sister rolled her eyes whenever I wore the same navy blazer to family events. "Still rocking the plant guy uniform, huh?" Emily would laugh it off, pat my arm, and whisper, "They don't get you like I do." I believed her, every time. Then the cancer came, stage 4 pancreatic. The oncologist gave us 6 to 9 months if we were lucky. Suddenly, the whole family turned to me with expectant eyes. Her mom sobbed into my shirt at the first consult and whispered, "You'll fight for her, won't you? You always do." Her dad slid one check across the table, $500, and said it was what we can manage right now. I drained everything else. Retirement account liquidated, second mortgage on the house, my paid-off truck sold to a guy who lowballed me because he could smell desperation. I picked up every overtime shift, every side consulting job I could land remotely from the hospital room. I slept in that god-awful recliner, waking every hour to check the IV drip, whispering to her even when she couldn't hear me. The coma hit 6 months in, 6 endless weeks of machines breathing for her while I read old text threads out loud just to fill the silence. That's when I first saw the messages from David, her old coworker who'd started checking in during treatment. Flirty at first, then intimate. I told myself it was fear talking, loneliness, the drugs. I buried it so deep I almost convinced myself it wasn't real. Until day 3 post-coma. I backed out of the room without a word. No shouting, no tears in the corridor. Something inside me didn't break, it just switched off. The desperate, bone-deep love that had kept me tethered to that place for months, it went cold. Not angry cold, empty cold. I drove home in the rain, windshield wipers steady, hands calm on the wheel, sat at our kitchen table in the dark, the same table where she'd once complained my late-night consulting calls were ruining our vibe, the same table where I'd signed the second refinance papers alone while she slept upstairs. That night, I opened her phone again. No excuses this time. The affair stretched back almost a year. David had been slipping into hotel rooms with her while I was still fighting insurance denials for her third-line chemo. She'd sent him selfies from the infusion chair, captioned, "Counting down till I'm free of all this." While I was cashing out our 401k, she texted him, "He'll never suspect. He's too busy being the hero." Another one, "Once I beat this, Ryan's just gonna be the guy who paid the bills."
I didn't throw the phone, didn't punch walls. I methodically saved every thread, every photo, every audio note to an encrypted folder. Then I pulled out the legal documents I'd quietly handled during her coma. Power of attorney gave me full control. I'd moved what little remained into a medical trust, with me as sole trustee. House title in my name alone now. Remaining savings ring-fenced. The experimental maintenance drugs post-remission? $22,400 every 30 days after the trial ended. No insurance coverage left. Just my login on the specialty pharmacy portal. I let her come home, let the physical therapy sessions continue, let her wrap her arms around me and cry about how lucky she felt to have me. I paid the first post-discharge medication cycle without comment, watched her post-filtered selfies captioned, "My rock carried me through," and grateful for second chances, all while that folder on my laptop kept growing. 2 months later, the oncology team rang the remission bell. She danced into the kitchen, lighter on her feet than I'd seen in years, talking about a beach getaway we deserved after everything. Then she slid the next pharmacy invoice across the table. "Due Friday. You've got this covered, right? Like always?" I met her eyes, really looked at the woman who'd laughed in that hospital bed while machines I bankrupted us for kept her heart beating. I slid my phone toward her instead. No raised voice, just the screenshots, timestamps glowing, hospital guest Wi-Fi network clearly visible in the metadata. Her face drained to the same gray as the sheet she'd lain on when I caught her. "Ryan, that was the fear, the chemo brain, the pain meds. It wasn't real." I nodded once. "Payments stop today. Divorce is filed. House stays mine. You keep your clothes, your car, whatever story works for your family." She cried then, deep, wrenching sobs that used to shatter me. This time, the sound just washed over me. She grabbed her phone, dialed her mom right there at the table. I heard the hysteria. "He knows everything. He's cutting off the meds. Mom, I can't." I opened my laptop, attached the entire folder, and emailed it to her parents and her sister. Subject line, empty. Let them read the messages where she mocked the sad little man footing the bill. Let them see her promise to David. "When I'm healthy again, Ryan's just a chapter I close." Their phones lit up that night. Hers first, her mom hysterical, her sister in stunned denial. Then mine started. I let them ring until voicemail filled, then blocked every number after the third pleading message. Her dad left one that cracked at the edges. "We didn't know, son. Please reconsider. For her sake." I deleted it without replying. David ghosted within the week. Turns out casual affairs don't survive subpoena threats and forwarded evidence. Emily moved back into her parents' guest room. A mutual acquaintance told me the first month without the maintenance drugs left her weak, nauseated, terrified enough to text me at 2:17 a.m., "I'm so sorry. I was wrong. Just help with the medicine. I'll do anything to make this right." I stared at the screen a long time. The old Ryan, the one conditioned to fix everything, to absorb every slight, to prove he was enough, almost typed back. Then I remembered her fingertips on his wrist, the casual cruelty in those messages, and I sent 6 words. "You already made your choice in there." Delivered, read, blocked. I didn't scream, didn't gloat on social media. I just stopped carrying the weight. The house is quieter now. No more hospital apps pinging, no more pretending. I kept the consulting business, rebuilt savings slowly, started sleeping through full nights again. Doubt still visits some evenings. Am I cruel? Am I punishing survival? But the memory of her laugh in that room while I paid for every breath always answers faster than the guilt. I didn't ruin her life. I simply stopped funding it. Every dollar I poured in bought her remission. What she does next isn't my burden anymore. The quiet one was never weak. He was just done shielding people who never saw his worth until the shield disappeared.